everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you're new here, and today's video is going to be pretty fun. It's going to be a little bit of everything, kind of a 3-in-1. So today I am going to be sharing all of the books that I read in April, my spring summer reading recommendations, as well as my spring summer TBR. Just a lot of book chit chatting today, and I'm really excited. I have this massive stack of books next to me, so I am just going to hop right in, and I'm going to start off with all of the books that I read for April. So here is my April book stack. The first book that I'm going to start off with in my April reads is actually one that is on my spring summer recommendations list. This is Adelaide by Genevieve Wheeler, and I cannot stop talking about this book. It is now one of my all-time favorite books. The writing is amazing, and this is actually a debut novel, so I'm really excited to see what else this author has in store. But this book is not like your happy-go-lucky spring summer book. It is a very heartbreaking, sad love story. I keep relating this book to kind of like a 500 Days of Summer-esque story where the relationship, it is bumpy, it is rocky, and when it's good, it's really good, but there's always one person that's just a little bit more in than the other. I loved this book, and I will continue to recommend this one to you guys. Another book that I read in April that you guys have got to read this spring or summer is Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blau, and this was such a cute beach read. The main character is 14-year-old Mary Jane, and she gets a job as a summer nanny in this very eccentric, unorthodox family. And Mary Jane is like your run-of-the-mill, innocent church girl, the sweetest thing ever, and she just has not been exposed to certain things in her strict household. So she experiences all kinds of new fun things during her summer nannying, and she is just so cute. This family that the book is kind of involved around is just, I want to be a part of them so badly. This was such a fun book to read, and I highly recommend it. It also captures all of the summer vibes. Oh my goodness. So another one, this one I finished pretty recently. This is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellers. First of all, absolutely love this cover so much. This is another one that was a heartbreaking story, and it kind of surrounds like a group of friends. A lot of like intersecting storylines, but the two main characters are Cleo and Frank, and they have a very strange relationship. Cleo is very young, she's 25. Frank is older, definitely makes a lot of money. He's all about work, and he is super fun. I loved Frank. They go through a lot of difficulties in this book, and oh my gosh, there are so many things in this book that just like ripped my heart into shreds. So definitely a trigger warning with this one, as well as Adelaide. Both of them have mental health things that they touch on, but this story was just another heartbreaking, beautiful story. And in this book there is a character, Eleanor. Originally I did not want to be Team Eleanor, but I gotta say I'm Team Eleanor. I loved this book. This is another one that I definitely recommend if you are looking for a sad, crazy story. It is set in New York, and you get all of the drugs and the partying, and it's just sad but fun. Another book that I read in April was One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serrell, and I actually left that copy with my grandma. I read it at her house in Arizona, so I decided to leave it with her because, to be totally honest, it wasn't my favorite. The scenery is really beautiful. It goes in depth of all of these beautiful spots in Italy. Really picturesque. That part is so fun to read. But the whole point of the book is at the very beginning, like the first chapter, the mother passes away, and they had planned, the mother and daughter, a trip to Italy because it is this place where her mom has said like she truly came alive, and this is a really special spot to her. So after the mom passes, the daughter ends up still going, and the part that I did not enjoy which is not a spoiler, this is very much what is written on like the back of the book, is while in Italy, the daughter meets the mother, but 30 years prior. And listen, this might be a totally unpopular opinion. As you guys know, I'm not a fantasy reader. I don't like things that just seem so out of the realm of possibility. I just can't really get over it when I'm reading. So I didn't love it. It just felt a little cheesy and just like, what am I reading? Moving on, Thank You Next by Andy J. Christopher. This was a cute, easy read. It wasn't anything special. I literally picked this one up because of the title. But it was cute enough for like a just quick summer read, hanging out in the yard sort of vibes. This one's like a second chance romance, but I just didn't feel myself connected to any of the characters. So again, this isn't one that I would necessarily recommend, but that doesn't mean it was a bad book. It was just, whatever. There's a man outside of my window. Can you guys hear that? Okay, pause. I am back. Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. This book reminds me a lot of Adelaide. So there's like similar themes to the two, but they're both still very different. Like in this book, there's so many different outside factors going on. She is kind of losing touch with friends, and it's kind of like the whole, you're getting older and all of your friends are like getting married and having babies, and you're kind of losing your previous connections with them because you don't have similar things in common anymore. So there was a lot of things that I really related to throughout this book. And then there's also the aspect of her sick father who is suffering from dementia, and that was just another heartbreaking, soul-crushing thing to read. I've never gone through anything like that in my life, and I truly pray that I don't, because just reading it and hearing secondhand about it, I can't even imagine. But we're not stopping there with sad books. I've been on kind of a rampage lately. I just want to listen to sad music and read sad books and watch sad movies. I'm not even sad. This book, this is The Most Precious Substance on Earth by Shashi Bhatt, and this was totally not what I anticipated it being. It kind of reads like a memoir, but it is a work of fiction. It just kind of tells you the life story of the woman that is the main character, and how life events that happened to her at a young age kind of shaped her into who she is, and kind of made like this domino effect that is her life. So there were a lot of chapters in here that I really liked, especially like the beginning chapters of her childhood and going through like the teenage years. There's so many like pop culture 90s references in here that was really fun. But then there's chapters that are just a little stagnant, that just were not super interesting, and I found myself kind of skimming over and wondering why this needed to be included. I don't know. So this was another one that was just, it was okay. I did start Court of Thorns and Roses, but just so many things started popping up in life that I just did not finish it. I'm also having a really hard time getting into it, but that's a whole other reading vlog that I'm working on. So I'm getting to it, guys. I'm getting to it. And this is the one that I am currently reading, The Sweet Spot by Amy Poppel. On the back, it says 1 divorce, 1 social media disaster, 1 random baby, and 3 unlikely friendships. Welcome to the sweet spot. So this is definitely a fun read so far. I'm not very far into this one at all. I'm only like 50 pages in. I will keep you guys updated. So that is my April reading wrap up. I only got through 8 books this month, but compared to last month, we're doing all right. We're getting out of the funk. Moving on to my spring and summer book recommendations. That's what this entire video was going to be, and then I started going through my bookshelves and I was like, I am kind of lacking in spring summery vibes that I like enough to tell you to read. So the only ones I have are books that I have told you to read for like the past year, which is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, of course, and every single Emily Henry book, besides Happy Place, because mine is currently in shipment. If you'll notice, these covers are a little bit different than what we have in the US. These are the UK covers, and I just like the colors so much more. I think they're so cute. So I actually ordered Happy Place by Emily Henry from the UK as well. So mine has taken a little bit longer to arrive. But anyways, this just seemed so redundant and not exciting. So instead of just telling you to read these books over and over again, I'm going to tell you the ones that I have on my TBR for spring and summer, and these ones I have really high hopes for. I can't guarantee that these are going to fully encapsulate the spring summery vibes, but these are new books for spring and summer that I think are going to be pretty great. And I'm actually going to start off with this one by Lynn Painter. This is the Love Wager, and you guys know how much I adore Lynn Painter, but this book is extra special because before I even knew what I'm about to show you, I had already ordered this book. Little did I know that I am in this book, in the acknowledgements. That's me. I was absolutely in shambles when I first found out about this mention. I cried. It was a whole big thing. But it says, "Thank you so much to Bookstagram and Book Talk. You are incredible creators doing amazing work in the name of books, and we don't deserve you. Special thanks to Hailie Barber." That's unreal. She also mentioned Hailie Pham, who I also adore, and Larry Reads for being especially kind to my little babies, because it is no secret that I love her writing. Everything is just so cute and happy and adorable. I love it. So I'm really excited for this one. Two people make a wager on who can find love first, not realizing what they should be betting on is each other. Lynn Painter's writing is always just so adorable and funny and super relatable. So I have been anticipating this one for a while. So glad it's here, and I think that this is going to be a great book for summer. I can't believe my freaking name is in a book. Next, I have Yerba Buena, and this is a love story. A propulsive journey through the lives of two women trying to find somewhere or someone to call home. I'm hoping that this one kind of goes along with my heartbreaking but beautiful love stories, because that is very much my mood right now, and I have heard so many good things about this book. So can't wait. Next, I have Megan Miranda's newest novel, The Only Survivors. This one, first of all, I love this cover. It's so bright and fun. So this is, of course, a thriller by the queen herself. I love a good Megan Miranda book. This is 7 hours in the past, 7 days in the present, 7 survivors remaining. Who would you save? Megan Miranda is so good when it comes to mystery. She always just sends you on a wild goose chase, and you never know who done it until you figure out who done it. I don't think I've ever guessed correctly what the heck the ending was going to be in any of her books so far. So I think that this is going to be another really fun one by her. Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. This is like the book of the moment right now. Everyone is talking about this book, and when I first read the description, I was like, that does not sound interesting to me at all. I thought it was all about like the stock market and stuff, but it's all about how the better half lives, basically. And if there's one thing that I love, it is rich family drama. So this, I don't know, I'm still going in a little bit blind. I don't really fully understand what this book is about, but oh my god, I can't stop seeing this everywhere I look. So this one I'm pretty excited for. This is Stone Cold Fox by Rachel Kohler Croft, and she actually sent this one to me herself. I met her friend at one of these little parties during South by Southwest, and she was like, "Oh, you're like a bookstagrammer," and I was like, well, kind of, I guess. And she got me in touch with Rachel, and so this book is actually signed. So cute. I'm very excited. She sent me a nice little card and everything. Oh my gosh. This is like another thriller, and it was kind of described as similar to Gone Girl. Perfectly wicked debut thriller about an ambitious woman love that, who after a lifetime of conning alongside her mother wants to leave her dark past behind and marry the heir to one of the country's wealthiest families. Another rich family scandal. This just sounds so fun and right up my alley, so I cannot wait to dive into this one. And I also just love color. Okay, also I talk a lot about covers that I do really like, which is pretty much everyone that I've showed. This one doesn't do it for me, but I've heard great things about this story. This one is supposed to be like a coming of age story, and I love that. In this heartfelt tale of one woman's quest to reinvent herself, acclaimed author delivers a poignant, witty reflection on how the hopes and dreams and stories from our past shape our future. Also on the bottom here it says, honest and deeply emotional, Georgie All the Way is a smart, tender must-read for everyone who's ever wondered about the life that got away. So this one sounds pretty intriguing, enticing, whatever. The next ones that I have are a little bit different. This one I just picked up from Barnes. This is by Laura John Joseph, and this is At Certain Points We Touch. This one sounded sad. At Certain Points We Touch is a story of first love and last rites conjured against a vivid backdrop of London, San Francisco, and New York. Also described as another coming of age story. I think that this one sounded a little bit similar to Cleopatra and Frankenstein. Kind of like a messy love story, artsy sort of vibes, I don't know. So we'll see, but this one definitely sounds like what I have been craving lately, and another gorgeous cover. So the last one I have, of course, I'm gonna end it with another fun cover, is Games and Rituals by Catherine Hailie. I actually just picked this one up as well, and I like that it has, like, I think you guys told me these are called deckled pages, where they're like kind of frayed. Anyway, this book is just like short stories. So I think there's like 10-ish stories in here. Oh, it's 11. It says, brings us 11 glittering stories of love, friendships formed at an airport bar, ex-husbands with benefits, mothers of suspiciously sweet teenagers, ill-advised trysts, in all its forms, both ridiculous and sublime. So I think this is fun. There's always like a time and place for just short stories when you're wanting to read but don't really want to commit fully to a new book. So I grabbed this one. My mouth is dry from talking so much. So that is all I have for you guys today. My April reading wrap up, some spring summer recommendations, and my TBR. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!